indeed. 7:43.
Thousands of British Airways customers have had their tickets cancelled after a pricing error led to passengers buying seats at a reduced cost.
Yeah, those people affected had reserved flights to Tel Aviv and to Dubai for less than 200 quid. BA has apologised for the error and offered a full refund to those affected, and they're also getting a £100 voucher off their next booking, but many of them say it's just not enough.
I'm not sure how I'm supposed to recognise a mistake of £287 ticket is not something which is out of ordinary at all. In fact, there were cheaper flights from Manchester.
I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if I should book cars, hotels. Some of the things I have already booked and I've paid deposits for.
I've spent last 2 days chasing them up, finding out what is going on, why is it being cancelled, how can I rebook the flights, how can I use the vouchers. Although I managed to rebook my flights, I have been left out of pocket. I'm still waiting for my refund. I've had to pay for new flights.
I'm really angry about this because on Friday, had I known they were cancelled then, I could have booked the flights for over £200 less than what they are costing now.
Some very cross would-be passengers there. Well, joining us now is the consumer and money expert, Sue Hayward. Morning to you.
Hello.
Sue. So what do you do if you're in that position? Yes, you get your voucher, yes, you get an apology, but what are your rights as a consumer?
It's really tough because what this really hinges on is whether this is a clear pricing error. And BA are, of course, arguing that actually, yes, it was a mistake, we're going to give you the money back in the voucher. But actually, I think consumers have got a real case against BA because actually, if you booked a ticket for around 200 quid, why would you have any reason to think, you know, it was going to be a mistake? There are fares you can get with some of the cheaper airlines for around 200 quid to places like Dubai and Tel Aviv.
Does that include all the taxes? Because the total cost of that £1 fare, so to speak, was actually £195 after the taxes, the passenger taxes that we have to pay. So normally, the normal price, or you say around £200, was that pre-taxes?
Usually, well, tax can be around about 170 quid, the air passenger duty on long-haul flights. So I don't think it's unreasonable to think that around 200 quid was a good deal. I mean, if they'd been offering fares for, let's say, £20, you might have had reason to think, hang on a second, there's something a bit fishy here. But bearing in mind, these were fares that were being sold, you were buying them through a travel agent. I don't think as a consumer you would have had any reason to think, actually,
you do get some
there's
flights for
something
that
wrong
sort of
with
price,
it.
Don't you? Yeah.
Well, this is it. And if you've shopped around, and also if you've bought from a travel agent, but the problem is, as a consumer, of course, right now, you're potentially out of pocket because, yes, you've had the refund from BA, but of course, if you've paid out on hotels, maybe you've booked car hire or some trips, what do you do? And your travel insurance won't pay because the flight hasn't been cancelled, your ticket has, and you won't be on the flight. What you could do is use the legal assistance. If you've got a travel policy with legal assistance, you could ask them because it's a free legal service and they may intervene, they may be able to contact BA and see if there is a case to answer for covering if you had to cancel hotels, car hire, all that kind of thing, as a knock-on effect.
So just to be clear, sorry to bang on about this point, they were off. They got a price of £1 for the ticket, and usually it's 200 plus taxes.
Fares, yes, they do vary, but I would say around 200 isn't...
Plus taxes?
Yes.
So it would have been really around 400?
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
and they got them for 195. So how come, why does BA think that it's justified in saying this was too small a drop?
It's banging on about contract law and saying that actually it's got the right, because it said we've made a mistake, to give them the money back, and then they're issuing the £100 voucher. So they're trying to stick to a bit of contract law by saying actually we've made a mistake.
If I go to a shop and pick up an item and it's priced at £2.50, say it's a top and it's priced at £2.50, and I go to the counter and the cashier says, oh, that looks low, but... And I say, yeah, but that's the price on the ticket. And I've done that before. They say, OK, we have to sell it to you at that price. Why does that not apply with airline tickets?
Actually, legally, when you go into a shop, if there's something and you say, you know, that top, oh, it's £2.99, and they say, well, actually, really, it should be £9.99, legally, they don't actually have to sell it to you at that price. Very often they will, big high street stores will, because, of course, it's good PR, but they don't actually have to. They can say it's an invitation to buy, basically. The price on the ticket is an invitation to buy. Where you could get the store sure on that is if, for example, they were luring you in with huge banners saying everything £2.99 and then going back on it saying, oh, actually, we made a mistake, it's £9.99.
So what's going to stop us then from not believing any offer?
I mean, this is the problem. And, you know, if I had been buying a ticket, I go to Dubai a lot, if I'd been seen that offer for about 200 quid, I would have probably snapped it up and thought it's a good deal. Because, of course, at the moment, you see, you know, airlines are competing against each other with the World Cup on. You could be forgiven for thinking, well, airlines are cutting the prices, they want people to go to different destinations. Certainly Tel Aviv and Dubai at the moment, about 40-degree heat, it's pretty hot, so people may not want to go, therefore they could be cutting the fares. So as a consumer, I think you would have really good grounds to say, I genuinely believe that fare.
And some of those consumers we just heard from in our little film certainly seemed like they wanted to fight this, didn't they?
Absolutely.
So thank you very much indeed for explaining that. That was very clear and what's actually quite a complicated
really complicated
situation. I like you. I thought if it said on the sticker that it was £2.99, it was £2.99.
Yeah.
Let's see what's on offer.
Well, if you're told you're wearing a satellite dish on your head,